Welcome to Weird Science, where I talk about science that's a bit curious.
Weird
Science.
You've seen lightning 100 times, to the point that it just feels like a normal thing. But really, lightning is an incredible phenomenon. Imagine trying to explain it to someone from another planet. They wouldn't believe you. So let's discuss some of the astounding things that we can learn about lightning. Firstly, a lightning bolt can be 2 to 3 miles long, but only about an inch wide, like the handle of a broom, stretching all the way from cloud to ground. And despite being so narrow, a lightning bolt wields tremendous power. So tremendous, in fact, that a lightning bolt reaches temperatures 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. That's so hot that when lightning strikes sand, it can fuse the sand granules together into a stony, glass-like mass. They look kind of like spindly bones. It's very strange. I know you're dying to ask me what happens when you're struck by lightning, so let's talk about that. Around 240,000 people are hit by lightning each year, 90% of which survive. And while 75% of survivors will face long-term issues due to their injuries, 25% of survivors recover completely. Not the worst odds. But what about the 10% who die? Well, in many cases, the lightning strike interferes with the heart's rhythm, and the organ is unable to restart its usual cycle. In other cases, the lungs are damaged, preventing respiration and starving the body of oxygen. 300 million volts, right through the body, 5 times the temperature of the sun. You could be forgiven for imagining a lightning strike a little like a cartoon, a bright flash that leaves behind a blackened and smouldering person, burnt through to a crisp. But, surprisingly, the unfathomably brief nature of a lightning strike means that burns are much more minimal compared to what you might expect. In fact, some of the more common lightning-related injuries don't come from the bolt at all, but rather the air around it. That's because lightning moves remarkably fast, much faster than the speed of sound, which causes a huge pressure wave, almost like the crack of a whip. We hear it as thunder, of course, when we're observing from a safe distance, but up close, the pressure wave can be enough to cause a concussion. The temperature of the lightning bolt can also heat the air in your lungs quickly enough to cause a rapid expansion that can actually cause chest trauma, a direct blow from within. And then, if you survive all that, you might find you have some unusual marks on your skin. These are caused by the breaking of capillaries, and so they follow the route of your blood vessels, taking on a distinctive branch-like shape. In fact, in a quirky twist, they almost look like lightning bolts themselves. Well, that was a lot of information to learn. Hopefully you'll never need any of it. Until next time, I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Weird Science. If you liked it, like it. And if you enjoy all things weird and creepy, check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. You can also find Zoinks on your podcast app of choice if you're one of those people. Anyway, that's it.